The 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet. The Mercedes-Benz C-Class was first introduced in the early 90s as a replacement for the outgoing 190 range of vehicles, offering customers an entry-level compact packed with high-end three-pointed star luxury. In the time since, the C-Class has grown to become Merc's best-selling nameplate, with a plethora of model variants on the table to entice a swath of different customers. However, those looking for maximum headspace are encouraged to check out the drop-top Cabriolet model, which just saw a refresh for the current fourth-generation W205 at the 2018 New York International Auto Show. Dropping alongside the new hard-top coupe, the latest C-Class cab gets many of the same upgrades as the four-door and wagon that debuted before it, including a tweaked exterior style, new digital options for the interior, and extra ponies under the hood. Continue reading to learn more about the 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet. 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet exterior. The C-Class comes standard with LED high-performance headlights, plus a new housing design specific to the 2019 model year. Like any proper Mercedes refreshed, the new C-Class Cabriolet gets a few odds and ends changed up on the outside. Most of these updates are centered around the front and rear fascia, and while you've gotta look closely to find them, they are definitely there. Let's start in front, where the C-Class comes standard with LED high-performance headlights. These forward-facing projectors get a new housing design heading into the 2019 model year, with a slightly slimmer, more angular shape than before. The lower fascia is characterized by a trio of intakes, while the upper intake gets a polished grille insert. The hood line is long and flat, drawing the eye rearwards towards the raked windshield, and complemented by those tweaked headlight housings we already mentioned. Speaking of the headlights, buyers can get theirs outfitted with optional LED intelligent units sporting an ultra-wide high-beam function, if desired. These use an array of onboard sensors, primarily forward-facing visual cameras, to monitor the current traffic situation, electronically adjusting where the headlight beams are aiming to match. When the system doesn't detect any other cars on the road, it'll automatically switch on the ultra-wide beam function, but the road must also be straight road, and the car must be traveling at more than 25 miles per hour. The system will then automatically deactivate the ultra-wide beams when it detects an oncoming vehicle. Drivers must manually switch on the high beam mode to activate the automatic ultra-wide feature. Moving around to the sides of the vehicle, the new C-Class gets a fresh set of lightweight alloy wheels to fill the plumped-up fender arches. Out back, there's an updated set of taillight housings as well, complete with LEDs for illumination. Completing the look is a standard pair of trapezoidal exhaust tips, set in the bumper with a brushed metal finish and connected by a single chrome strip. Those looking for extra visual attack are encouraged to get into the AMG model, which gets new, more aggressive features front to back. Those looking for extra visual attack are encouraged to get into the AMG model, which gets new, more aggressive features front to back. For example, the AMG nose is outfitted with a diamond radiator grille plus chrome detailing and a single bisecting character line. There's also a unique bumper treatment with new styling and larger intakes, as well as further chrome detailing where appropriate. Additional aesthetic flair can be had with the optional night package, which adds in darker pieces for the AMG's front bumper, rear bumper, and side view mirrors, all of which get a glossy black finish. The rest of the line enjoys a wide variety of exterior paint colors. In addition to last year's options, the 2019 model year also brings with it shades such as Mojave Silver Metallic and Graphite Gray, the latter of which is exclusive to the C-Class Cabriolet and Coupe model. Overall, this model refresh isn't terribly divergent from what we've seen before from the nameplate, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We already think the C-Class is pretty sharp looking, and the 2019 model year is no different. 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet interior. We think the cabin looks great, and although the layout is starting to feel a bit long in the tooth at this point, Mercedes still clearly knows what it's doing on the refinement front. Once you settle into the cabin of the 2019 C-Class Cabriolet, you'll find a layout that's not all that dissimilar from that of the preceding model. In fact, it's nearly identical to that of the 2018 model year, with the same horizontal lines, broad features, and sleek cuts as we saw before. The center console sweeps down into the central tunnel in a single V-shaped form and comes topped by a trio of air vents and a topmost touchscreen display. The buttons and toggle switches are minimalistic wherever possible. Soft touch materials and brushed metal bits are found throughout. We think it looks great, and although the layout is starting to feel a bit long in the tooth at this point, Mercedes still clearly knows what it's doing on the refinement front. Of course, you don't necessarily need to open the door to check out the hotness waiting inside. You could also simply drop the top thanks to the convenient open-close button on the key fob, which would be the perfect thing to do when prepping for a day out in the sun. As you might expect, the C-Class Cabriolet also comes with numerous customization options to pick and choose from, including highlights like natural grain trim. What's more, the center console is trimmed in materials like natural grain brown walnut and natural grain gray oak, while options like magma gray and black are new additions to the options list lineup. Look closely at the top of the dash, and you might notice that the new interior spec comes with a bigger central media display as standard. Measuring in at 10.25 inches, the display adds extra space at the sides to provide further readouts and infotainment stuff. Look closely at the top of the dash, and you might notice that the new interior spec comes with a bigger central media display as standard. Just behind the steering wheel is an optional digital instrument cluster measuring in at 12.3 inches. The upgraded digital unit also gets 3 unique display modes to choose from, such as Classic, Sport, and Progressive, all of which can alter the look of the display and the kinds of information that is relayed to the driver. Further vitals are relayed by the optional heads-up display, which comes with a greater range of adjustability for the 2019 model year. Drivers get to grips with a new multifunction steering wheel, which now comes equipped with a selection of touch control buttons. The touch controls are meant to provide inputs that respond in a fashion similar to those of a smartphone, swipe, etc., and can control the various features that are displayed on the instrument cluster and the rest of the infotainment system. There's also haptic feedback that was added to the touchpad and controller in the center console. For a more hands-off approach, the C-Class comes equipped voice control, which includes expanded features such as the ability to turn seat heating off and on. On the safety front, the C-Class Cabriolet comes with a number of driving assistance systems, several of which were pulled directly from the Mercedes S-Class, including convenience features such as Distronic cruise control. The C-Class is able to drive semi-autonomously in certain situations. To do this, it keeps a close eye on the traffic situation, Mercedes points out. Making these features possible is an improved camera and radar system that can actually see up to 500 meters (1,640 feet) in the distance under ideal conditions. There's also active lane change assist and active emergency stop assist, both of which are extensions of active steering assist, while active distance assist Distronic is offered as part of the driver assistance package. Integrated with the package is a radar system that can scan the surroundings at a distance of 820 feet in front of the vehicle, as well as 130 feet in the flanks, and 260 feet in the rear. Then there's the onboard camera system, which can see that full 1,640 feet ahead already mentioned, plus 295 feet in the rest of the angles around the car. The safety and convenience features also use map and navigation data for the various assist features, which integrates map support for predictive speed adjustment, such as slowing down the vehicle to more accurately make upcoming turns, junctions, and roundabouts. There's also active lane change assist and active emergency stop assist, both of which are extensions of active steering assist, while active distance assist Distronic is offered as part of the driver assistance package. Extended active brake assist is equipped as standard, which is able to minimize or even prevent rear-end collisions, while also being able to identify pedestrians and cyclists. A keyless go starter function comes as standard equipment. Meanwhile, the single-engine start-stop button is decked out in a fresh turbine look, while the key itself was redesigned for a slightly newer look. Standard spec throws in Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone support. Qi wireless charging is an optional extra, prompting users to place their device right there in the stowage tray to make it easy to top off the battery. There's also 2 USB ports, an SD card reader, and Bluetooth streaming support, all of which complement the standard outfit. Meanwhile, the latest command navigation system is offered as an available option. This system uses a 3D display and hard drive-based nav info, with topographic info and photo-realistic 3D buildings, plus 3D map rotation. The onboard system will provide real-time traffic density updates, car-to-X warnings, weather forecasts, gas station locations with pricing, and parking info as well. Finally, a concierge service is included with a free 1-year subscription for those who get into the command system. This offers features like restaurant reservations, tourist route tips, cultural and sporting event info, plus navigation directions that are sent directly to the vehicle from your external device of choice. 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet drivetrain. The 2019 C-Class Cab gets a decent little upgrade over the outgoing models, with as much as 255 horsepower for the 4 and 285 horsepower for the 6. Pop the hood on the 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class, and you'll find a rather sizable plastic cover splayed across most of the engine bay. Underneath this black bit of dress-up is a refreshed powerplant which, in the C300 and C304 Modic models, is composed of a turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-cylinder. Mercedes claims this mill is able to mate power and efficiency, making as much as 255 ponies at its peak. For those of you keeping score at home, that means the 2019 C-Class Cab gets a decent little upgrade over the outgoing model's 241 ponies, with a total of 14 extra horsepower. The 2019 model year also gets 273 pound-feet of torque, matching that of the outgoing model. Sending the power towards the pavement is a 9G-tronic 9-speed automatic transmission. Meanwhile, the Mercedes-AMG C43 4 Modic model gets a 3.0-liter V6 powerplant making as much as 385 horsepower. That's an extra 23 ponies over the previous model's 362 horsepower. Once again, the AMG model gets a maximum of 384 pound-feet of torque, matching the twist figure of the previous model. Peak torque arrives between 2,500 and 5,000 revolutions per minute. The AMG Cabriolet hits 60 miles per hour in just 4.6 seconds, which is about a tenth of a second slower than the coupe model. All told, the AMG Cabriolet hits 60 miles per hour in just 4.6 seconds, which is about a tenth of a second slower than the coupe model. Non-AMG models take about 6 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour. Buyers can get their C300 model with AWD, while the standard spec is RWD. For those who do choose the extra grip, the Merc gets a tuned-up 4 Modic AWD system with active all-wheel torque distribution. Put your foot down, and the system sends upwards of 45% of the twist to the front axle, as well as 55% of the twist to the rear. Meanwhile, AWD is standard on the AMG C43 model. Compared to non-AMG models, the C43 get more of a rear bias torque split, sending 31% of torque to the front and 69% of torque to the rear. Finally, Mercedes sought a combination of comfort and agility when tuning the suspension system, while the onboard electronic aids are also tied in as a major handling component. As ever, the combination of the ESP driving dynamics control system with the 4ETS electronic traction system makes regular differential lock superfluous, Merc explains. This saves weight and noticeably improves handling safety as well as ride comfort. 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet prices. Mercedes will sell a variety of open-top C-Class models to interested customers, including the C300 Cabriolet, C304 Modic Cabriolet, AMG C43 Cabriolet, AMG C63 Cabriolet, and AMG C63S Cabriolet. Sales will commence in the US late in 2018. Official pricing has not yet been announced, but expect the bottom line to stay close to that of the current model, pegged at around $51,200 for the base model and ranging up to $81,500 for the top trim C63S. 2019 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet competition. Audi A5 Cabriolet. The 4-ring badge offers plenty of competition for the C-Class Cabriolet, giving customers a chance to instead get into the A5 Cabriolet. Starting at $49,600, the base model A5 comes equipped with a turbocharged 2.0-liter TFSI 4-cylinder engine, which produces upwards of 252 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. Sending output through a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission and Quattro AWD system, both of which are equipped as standard, the run to 60 miles per hour takes around 6 seconds flat, while top speed is limited at 130 miles per hour. The A5 also looks quite handsome, with long, straight lines outside, and a sumptuous cabin space inside. Optional equipment includes full LED headlights, a digital gauge cluster, and a 19-speaker Bang & Olufsen stereo. Read our full review of the 2018 Audi A5 Cabriolet, BMW 4 Series convertible. Just like Audi and Mercedes, BMW also has a sweet and sexy 2-door drop top in its lineup, this time hailing from the 4 Series stable of models. The usual Bimmer styling can be found outside, complete with a kidney grille in the nose and sporty proportions in the flanks, while a horizontal layout is found inside. High-end materials and tons of tech keep it feeling nice, while a retractable hardtop keeps out the elements when the weather goes south. 2 engines are on offer, including a turbo 2.0-liter making 248 horses and a turbo 6-cylinder making 320 horses. Both RWD and AWD are offered as well, as is adaptive suspension components from BMW's M division. In its quickest configuration, the 4 Series convertible will hit 60 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds. Pricing starts at $52,950. Read our full review of the 2018 BMW 4 Series convertible. Conclusion: your tech stay here. Mercedes fully admits that the secret of the C-Class's success is partly due to the wide model range. Indeed, one look at the model lineup will reveal that the German automaker is taking a rather broad approach to the segment, but it's worked in the past, and it doesn't appear as though it won't continue to work in the future. To that end, the new C-Class convertible broke cover following the reveal of the complementary sedan and wagon body styles. All told, there really is something for just about every buyer in this segment, be it the relatively affordable entry into the drop-top Merc lifestyle with the C300, or an aggressive sports machine with unlimited headroom at the touch of a button in the C63S. This latest refresh is a solid offering from Mercedes, and it brings everything we'd expect. The aesthetics are mostly unchanged, but the extra power under the hood is greatly appreciated, as are the new technology bits. We also like the new digital cockpit option, and the materials on display are all top-notch, and, while we're excited to see what new designs Merc is cooking up for the next-gen model lineup, this latest refresh will do well to hold us over until we can finally get it in our hands. Love it. Extra horsepower under the hood, latest technology and features refined and comfortable. As expected, Leave It design is getting a bit long in the tooth, can get pricey with lots of options, loads of alternatives from major competitors. References: read our full review on the 2018 Mercedes-Benz C-Class. Read our full review on the 2017 Mercedes-Benz C-Class Cabriolet. Read more Mercedes-Benz news.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.